You see four-door JKs all the time. How often do you see one of these?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. We are working away on the Liberty here, coming along very, very nice. It's a beautiful day here in Sand Hollow, and we're actually taking a pause from the build and we're gonna go hit the trails. We're running Milt's Mile today. Gonna do some wheeling with Dawn from RPM Steering. Big group of people out there, and then hopefully get back here to the shop and keep working on the Liberty. Shouldn't be getting too hot today. Ollie's in Mischief Maker. I'm in the LJ. It's a nice cool morning.
We have a big group, we have a lot of capable vehicles, we have a lot of capable drivers, so we should be able to buzz through this trail, have a good time today. If you want somebody spotting you, just say something. If you don't, wave them off. We're gonna try and run the entire Milt's Trail today, so we should hit hard left turn, hard right turn, middle monkey. We got a lot of fun people here. We got Kevin Stearns from Fox. We got Holly Fowler from Mischief Maker and Seat Time Syndicate. We got Ben from YouTube's JK Gears and Gadgets. But if you get into a situation, don't be embarrassed to pull a win, man. I've pulled many of them. I'm not worried about it.
So we are on the first obstacle here. We got like 20 Jeeps to get through.
You knew how far back my Jeep was.
All right, did you just walk all the way?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a nice long day. Which line you taking, Holly?
I don't know where everyone else is going, I guess.
I don't know. Everybody's doing a different one.
Right at the Motorville banner.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not making it up that. How hard is the right line if you go up and there's that bowl? Is that a hard one or is this? You don't know? Nobody knows. I don't know.
All this experience I have in the things,
Looks like we finally have another LJ that's gonna try this. This LJ stretched quite a bit, so it's not a fair comparison.
Hook up right there? Yep. Right here, you're gonna hook straight to the left and bump it in right there. Right here? Yep. That's it.
That was beautiful. I'm embarrassed now. Sorry to interrupt the party you guys got going on, but I'm just coming over here to look at these machines. situations where having a little bit of horsepower just helps.
get into that ledge a little harder, ease off the throttle, and then instantly get back on it. And you have the power just to, you know, make that quick approach, ease off, and then get back right into it and power out of it. Now, LJ with the V8 probably still not going to do it, just because that is a huge ledge. We're on 37s, but some really cool climbs out here. Yeah, work it. There it is.
This is Michelle from RPM Steering, or Mrs. RPM Steering. We are out on Milt's Mile today with a lot of cool people.
What do we got up here, Don? What are we doing?
I don't know there's a name to this obstacle, but it's coming right into the S-turn, and then you got to go into this ravine. At the end here, if you get off camera wrong, you'll flop out.
It looks like it. I mean, mischief makers in for it right there. This has been a really fun trail so far.
Yeah, you can make a lot out of this trail. It's an easy trail or it's a hard trail depending on what you want to play with.
Yeah. Well, big shout out to Don for putting this together, RPM Steering Ride.
Now, I had only been to Sand Hollow one time prior to this, and I only ran 2 trails out there. So the area was pretty unfamiliar to me. Luckily, I had Onyx off-road, so I could see where we were going, trail obstacle names. I could see what trails we were on and saved some future trails that looked pretty cool for the next time I'm able to get out there wheeling. Like always, you can use the code JKGG to save some money on an Onyx membership. It is really neat. Once you start exploring and traveling and hitting new trails, it's a useful tool to have in your back pocket, not only when you're on the trails, but also once you're back at home planning out your next destination.
Guys, this is my friend. Oh God, oh. This is my friend, Kevin Stearns.
I'm Ben's friend, Kevin Stearns. Holly over here banging up her rig.
Oh yeah, Holly.
Time syndicate.
She's getting some seat time, that's for sure. Oh, she made it. That's all she needed was a little bit of smack talking. How's this thing doing?
Point it and go.
Point and go?
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm gonna hop out. I'll get a little footage of you crawling up it, so.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, he left me hanging with the fist bump. You guys?
Sorry.
So the ram is gonna go. We're gonna make a bracket. We're gonna make a bracket for the tie rod right there, and this is gonna tie in. Holly is running to grab tubing because next up is a roll cage. Hopefully flexing out the coilovers, making sure this thing is gonna work before we weld everything in and call it good. So we got Rudy here, got some helpers. We are gonna knock out a roll cage. So you guys know, you know who these guys are. We are pretty much finish up all the hard parts on Liberty Bibberty, and this thing will be a roller. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. Can you slide that up still? What's the bumper? What axles are you running?
Super Duties.
So you get the extra width probably helps.
Yeah, but I'm also mounting my shocks off of right there.
That's so I wanted to get into the C here with the shock tab.
Yeah.
Walt didn't want to. Walt didn't want to, but I think now we're gonna have, unless he wants to limit it, we're gonna have to.
I would definitely say jump over onto the
Like
C there.
right here, because
Like-
I think the caliper has plenty of room. How are we on the lines? Is it above? Oh, dude, we're above droop. So that means this is probably fully extended, and that's bump it up more.
Yeah, keep going. Okay,
That's it. Heck yeah. What do you think of our fine handiwork that we did?
This doesn't have as much flex, but it's got real.
Oh my god. It can go up a little more. That's fully drooped out.
Yeah.
So he's not sharing what he's doing, but I'm assuming he's marking like where the beginning of the bin's gonna be.
So
You know.
I already measured for what I think the cage would be, which is 13 feet, actually 12, but I wanted to give myself lots of extra. So we found our center line, and then we'll just do our bends equivalently off of each side.
After about an hour of messing around with the jack, we're finally back in business.
With the original one.
With the original. So long story short, they got a new ram, didn't work. Old one just needed topped off with oil. No signs of leaks. She's going good. What are we going to on this bin?
We're gonna go to 70. I think it's pretty consistent across.
Oh man. It's gonna profile up to the roof, come down, and then we're gonna have another bend to make it straight down to the B pillar. Rudy's over here doing some super technical things, so he's got squares and levels out and tape measures. Can you give us a lowdown on what's going on? What's going through Rudy's brain right now?
I don't know. Been working with him for a while now, and I still couldn't tell you.
Rudy, what a better guy to ask. What's going through your brain right now? What are we doing?
Basically sunny with a chance of rain. It's a good day. So we got our first bends right, which is like luck.
Guys, we're gonna step that up. There's a little bit of skill involved. You know.
It took a lot of measuring and back and forth. But if you notice on the roof line and down the side of the vehicle, it actually angles. It's not like a shoebox. We wanted to follow that profile so the bends aren't 90 degrees here. But then it does go down straight. So we got to figure out where we're gonna put that straight bend down.
Easy enough. So we're terminating down to these plates right here with extra room for Walt.
Well, 53 is gonna be gorgeous.
That is ridiculous. You gotta cut holes in it. Open it up.
One hole, two holes.
This looks like, I told him, it looks like something some like wheeler from Tennessee made. And he's an iron worker, you know, or he worked at the mill for 38 years.
He's an iron worker.
Watching Walter do this makes me really appreciate our table.
Yeah, I should make you cut your bracket.
Should make him cut his
You
back.
shouldn't.
Adds character.
It does build character.
In other news, the cage is coming along very nicely.
Wondering.
He's like, yours like.
A little more bend, maybe? I think it would look better, or fit better. I think more people are going to end up looking at this than Mischief Maker. How often do you see a solid axle swap Liberty bombing down the trails? You see four-door JKs all the time. How often do you see one of these?
They're great rock crawlers.
It seems like we started not only a couple hours ago, but the cage is done. For the most part, we got to go through, weld it, probably add a few gussets to some stuff, but awesome. Pretty much all the work that I'm gonna be doing here is done. We're gonna finalize the suspension up front, get the coilover set. She's a roller, and she can officially finally roll. You got the cage. All right, I'm sure I'll yap later, but big shout out to Rudy for coming out with the tube bender and banging out a beautiful Liberty cage.
So this is my last day here in Utah, being able to help Holly, and luckily I think we've made a ton of progress. The cage is done, the suspension is sorted out, and really all she has left to do is put this thing back together. But there are still a few more projects I'm hoping to knock out today, and that's going to be the bump stops. The bracket to hold the bump stop is in. Here's our pinch can mount. I like to put a piece of 2-inch DOM sticking out 2 inches because that's the collapse measurement of the hydraulic bump stop. That's how it'd be mocked up, just like that. So we're gonna make a little pad on the axle. Holly just got back. What'd you grab today? What's today's list?
I didn't realize that you were filming there. I have the pulley puller and a power steering pump for a 2002 Ram. It has been wrapped in a diaper, people.
Yeah. So this should, I think it's a bolt-on upgrade, even though it's for a Ram.
Yep.
It's gonna bolt up to a Liberty, and it gives us more hydraulic fluid movement for the steering. So it's like a gallon per minute faster, and that's gonna help out with the hydro assist, which is, that came in.
Let me run like a grandma for you guys. It's like a toothpick.
How cute it is. That is tiny.
Look, oh, hold on. It's so tiny. I've never seen with this one. Comparison.
Oh, that is wild.
on.
The camera doesn't do it justice. It's a little baby Ram.
It's tiny.
It's for the Liberty.
Boop, nibbity bibbity Sheila.
Bumps are in, suspension is finished up. There is one last thing we need to do, and this is why we check. Coilover is going to rub on the inside of our shock tower right there. So we're gonna have to break the tack welds and tilt it outboard, so the top is going to put the coilover more outboard. We have plenty of tire clearance. We just gotta keep the springs out of the frame. Drag link and track bar are really close to being the same length, practically the exact same angle. We have our bump stops off the frame going to a pad down here on the axle, coilovers. This shock tower is gonna have to get angled out so you can see how we did it. Over on this side, just brought it off the frame out and we'll gusset it. Guys from Portal Pros are coming by. They're having a little bit of issues with their rear JK locker. Now the Portal Pros guys are developing like a JK specific portal system, and it's really cool. It's bolt on, and so far they've been doing a lot of testing. They're gonna pull up, swing on in here, and use the shop to hopefully get them back on the trail soon. How many times is that?
Like 5.
Yes.
Dude, like,
It's a light touch, man.
It's a very light trigger. So this ESAB Rebel, guys, you barely touch it. Automatic fire.
it just reads my mind. It's like, okay, you think 4 is enough?
Oh, absolutely. Not.
No.
You got a JK rear axle here on portals, but that's irrelevant to the situation. The factory E-locker, actual like magneto, the actuates it, is going bad, and it's very common. You can replace them, or in this case, you just move it over and weld it, and It's all the way locked all the time. Very expensive spool. But then when you get home, you cut the tacks, pull this out, and change out that the actuator.
So we're Portal Pros. For those of you who don't know, I'm Scott, Matt. We are just getting started out. We started the company this year, and this is our Jeep JK on portals.
This is our very first set of portals. We got them 6 weeks ago. We got all the pieces in, assembled them, put them on the Jeep, and have been thrashing them.
We've been on Rubicon, we've been on Slick Rock, we've been on Fordyce. We even went through the box at Windshield 3.
Now we're here in San Hollow
And then
to do some
yesterday,
wheeling.
we drove it from San Jose, California to here, which is about 650 miles on the freeway. Yeah, we're just gonna go thrash on it the rest of the week. We're super stoked. We've never been to San Hollow, so it's gonna be super fun. Our selectable locker is now a spool, effectively.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
So are these portals designed for JKs specifically?
We're hitting a few different applications in the beginning. So first it's going to be JKs, JLs, JTs, and then we're adding 4Runners and Tacomas. So like right now we're running a 37-inch tire. It gives you about 15 inches of diff clearance, which is insane. It also gives you a 1 1/4 gear reduction, which basically takes your existing differential gear ratio and just multiplies it by that 1.25. So for example, if you have like this Jeep has 373 gears in the axles, you multiply that, you end up with 466 effectively. If you have 410s, basically puts you at a 513. So great for running a 37, or like we'll be doing soon, putting on 40s.
You get the extra gearing and you get the strength. Yeah.
Upstream from the
I love it.
Your axle shafts, your U-joints, ring and pinion, your drive shafts, everything sees less loading.
Now that we, again, used Holly's shop to fix our rear locker, so now we can go hit the trails and see what else we can break.
I am curious to see. So we got 42s and a Dana 80 versus 37s and portals on a JK. That is wild.
It's silly.
The GoPro normally does not pick these kind of things up, but you can visibly see the difference. Walt, they could drive over you. Walt, Mischief Maker could not drive over you. Somebody's on this just in case we got a rollaway Jeep.
Nice.
It is not gonna sit this high at the end. This is a preliminary spring rate check and kind of what was ever laying around the shop, but the idea is there. Wow. That is a really cool looking rig. And just like that, unfortunately, it's time to head home to Oklahoma, but the Liberty Bibberty is officially a roller. Only thing I was hoping we'd be able to do is get a forklift over here to flex it out.
I know.
And it would look really cool, but I'm sure Holly's gonna do that soon and get some videos. So it's a roller, suspensions in, axles, everything. This thing is looking super, super cool. It's been a blast coming out here, helping Holly work on this.
Thanks, man.
It has been a pleasure. Guys, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all next week back in Oklahoma.